Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Halal Times YouTube channel. Today, the topic which I'm going to discuss is important for all the Muslims, and especially for those people who are living in Muslim majority countries. It may not be a news for some of you that there is no Muslim country among top 10 halal product exporters. Top 10 exporting countries of halal products globally are non-Muslim states. It must be a wake-up call for Muslims, as most of the halal food they consume is produced and exported by non-Muslim countries. According to recent estimates, almost 85% of halal food is produced by countries where Muslims are in a minority. There are around 2 billion Muslims living in the world today. A vast majority of them eat halal only. Yet, they do not have any Muslim brands catering to their halal needs effectively. What a surprise! According to a report compiled by a TV network called Al Jazeera, the halal certified food and beverage industry is currently estimated at $415 billion. We do not see any global halal brands managed by any Muslim majority countries catering to this Muslim market. The top 5 countries exporting to Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) countries are Brazil, which is number 1, of course. It exports $16.2 billion worth of halal products to the Muslim world. India comes the number 2. The USA stands at number 3. Russia is the 4th one, and Argentina is the 5th one. And these estimates are not mine. These are the figures given by the State of the Islamic Economy Report 2021. It's an annual study produced by US-based research organization Dinar Standard and supported by Dubai Islamic Economy Development Center. According to the latest statistics, Brazil is the largest halal meat exporter, while Thailand is the largest halal processed food exporter in the world. The 15% of the global halal food Muslims produce largely comes from Indonesia, Malaysia, and Turkey. What happened to the 54 other Muslim countries? What are they doing? It's kind of shocking news for me. And I'm sure it must be shocking to you as well. Demand for halal products is increasing rapidly, escalating population growth rate and changing socio-economic conditions in Muslim majority countries and elsewhere. Research has shown that halal food is the safest food for consumption, and even non-Muslims have recognized it clearly. OIC countries can become kitchen of the world for halal products, as they have a huge potential to win a major share out of the total of $3 trillion global halal markets. There is a strong desire to develop standard of halal products to boost exports from Muslim majority countries. But what are those standards? That's $1 million question. Everybody seems to have their own standards, which do not necessarily match with those of others. The promotion of halal products would also open up new economic opportunities and employment for the youth and traders in Muslim majority countries. Producers outside the Muslim world, from Brazil to the US to Australia, are performing well in the halal market and doing a roaring business, even though the concept of halal entirely belongs to Muslims. Are Muslim majority countries ready to take the charge? It's a big question. So partially, we would say yes to the question, as we see countries like Malaysia, Turkey, Indonesia, and UAE are making efforts to increase their halal food exports to other countries. But other than these countries, we do not see much activity in exporting halal food to overseas markets. There's been a lot of talk about this issue, but apart from these select few, only a few Muslim countries have taken any serious steps to fix the issue. So you as a Muslim who've been living in a Muslim majority country, what do you have to do? Do you, as a potential halal food exporter, want to play a role in producing and exporting halal food to the places and countries where it's needed the most? As a first step, you may want to understand how to make your brand halal. The next step would be to know how to market your products to Muslim consumers. Of course, you got to think about your target market. You cannot, on day one, you cannot market your products to the whole world. You got to be selective, and you got to understand the basic, the intricacies of your target market as to what their preferences are, what kind of products you could take to that specific market. Only then you can start exporting your products to the Muslims. When you start small on the road to gain self-sufficiency in halal food, you may want to learn how to compete with bigger brands. And of course, the Halal Times is at the forefront of providing information about how to make your brand halal and how to market it to various segments of the Muslim communities. But your job as a potential halal food exporter is to improve yourself, is to find various markets where you could take your products and grow your share of the halal food market globally. Thank you so much. And inshallah, we hope that we will be able to bring another episode from the Halal Times very soon. Jazakumullah, and thank you. Assalamu alaikum.